Actually, the chefs at the Krusty Krab aren't SpongeBob, it's these 4 sea urchins. When they get food, they turn into elves. When SpongeBob falls asleep from exhaustion, the elves appear from all over the place. They place SpongeBob on the table and use napkins as a blanket. To thank SpongeBob for sharing his food with them, the elves decided to help him make Krabby Patties. They divided the work among themselves fairly, so everything proceeded in an orderly fashion. After sprinkling sesame seeds on top, the Krabby Patties were ready. They set all the Krabby Patties aside in one place. Before long, the Krabby Patties had piled up into a small mountain. Soon, it was the next morning. SpongeBob woke up with a start. He realized he hadn't finished his work yet. When he opened the door, he was stunned. SpongeBob didn't remember making so many Krabby Patties, but he had successfully fulfilled the order. Mr. Krabs gave him a day off. Of course, he wouldn't pay him for that day. SpongeBob's day off was boring. First, he did some housework, then he took Gary to the park. SpongeBob was happy on his way to work. He could finally make Krabby Patties, but once again, the kitchen was filled with Krabby Patties. So many that SpongeBob didn't need to work, so he got another day off. SpongeBob figured he must have made them while sleepwalking. Maybe the security footage would provide a clue. He went to the office and turned on the Krusty Krab security system. The footage showed a sleeping Squidward, a prehistoric Patrick frozen in ice, and some perfectly normal footage. Soon, the footage became strange. It turned out the elves were hauling Krabby Patties. Before long, night fell. A hand reached out from inside a faucet. A pool of yellow liquid flowed out. The liquid slowly pooled and drained into a wooden barrel nearby. The elves jumped out of the exhaust pipe. They continued making Krabby Patties. SpongeBob, who witnessed everything, was furious because his job had been stolen from him. SpongeBob asked them who they were and what they were doing there. The elves explained who they were. They used to look like sea urchins because SpongeBob had given the elves food. They had come to repay him and would continue making Krabby Patties for SpongeBob. SpongeBob tried to scare them away with the dwarf monster, but the say the name trick didn't work on the elves. They threw SpongeBob into the trash can. The elves once again made a huge batch of Krabby Patties. SpongeBob gathered up all the ingredients. He locked them all in the freezer. But soon, laughter came from inside the freezer. It turned out the elves were playing ice hockey inside. They even attacked SpongeBob when he barged in. Mr. Krabs heard the commotion and came to investigate. He rescued the badly injured SpongeBob. Just then, a noise came from outside. It turned out to be the elves who had turned into sea urchins. Mr. Krabs immediately chased them out. Plankton spotted these poor creatures. He gave them some chum as a handout. The elves immediately decided to repay Plankton.